Howdy, everybody. This is Crisis 169 coming to you live now, but pre-recorded later on down the line. We've watched this video 6 weeks from now, 6 days, 6 hours, 6 years from now. How you doing? Crisis 169. And while you're here watching the video, go down below, turn notifications, ring that bell, thumb up, thumb down. Video below helps channel a lot. Ring that bell so when videos come available or a live stream, you'll be the first to get the information on live stream. Okay, well let's get into it now. The PlayStation 5 is having issues overheating as well as the Xbox X and S series, mostly the X series. It's been well known. We talked about before, but the Xbox woes don't just stop with them. PlayStation woes don't stop with that. The hoarders who and the scalpers who bought up a lot of the PlayStation 5s are finding it harder even now to sell them because we're in the middle of a pandemic. People lost their jobs, or people are not sure buying one because of the issues they're hearing with the GPU issue with the PlayStation 5 and even issues with the Xbox X series. The S series seems to be the one that doesn't have the issues right now. Then again, no, it's just it's an emulator that emulates the older games, but it does still play them, just emulate them differently. It's still a powerhouse machine. It's still more powerful than my Xbox One X, obviously. If I bought one like that, it would probably be an Xbox S because I don't have a room for a big gigantic Xbox X series. Of course, it becomes a downgrade because then again, an upgrade because it goes from 1080p all the way up to 4K, where the Xbox One X is mostly designed for 4K plus gaming. So that's keep in mind too. But also the hard drive, the SSD is like SSD. I mean, it's only 512, maybe 200 gigabytes you get out of that thing. Call of Duty being close to 200 with all the bells and whistles on it, you're going to be pretty much only have Call of Duty in your system. Seagate came out for the Xbox to $230, practically almost half the price of the S. I watched a video on it. It's easy to put in, take it out, pop it in there, and you're ready to go. You can take it and you plug it in and out when the system's on. Just don't do it with playing a game because you could corrupt the SSD drive, even though I think it's kind of silly. The SSD is just not a hard drive, it's just a solid state drive. But if you're playing a game, don't unhook it from the back port. What I've been told online. Now I don't have an Xbox X series or an S or X, so I don't know. But going back to the hoarder problem, they have a bunch of PS5s and even Xboxes, most PS5s that they can't get rid of, even though they're trying to charge $1,200 to almost $5,000 for them. In the UK group, I don't know what their names are, have scalped 3,500 of these babies and trying to sell them off. It's kind of hard to do. So much so that they went to VMA, vintage modern gamer, vintage modern gamer. Sorry, I have trouble saying that for some reason. I'm not intoxicated at all. A little tired maybe, but not intoxicated. And he shared a post with other people, including RGB T85 and Christian Particular Say talked about this, how they were asking how much it would cost for a 10-second ad on their YouTube page. I would say, hey, you know what? You want to add in my video? See, I don't care either way. You want to add in my video? You drop me down to those PS5. That's me personally, and also about me, 25K as well. Then you can advertise my channel all you want because I don't care either way. Now I'm not, I condone being sarcastic too as well though there. I condone hoarding or scalping. If you bought the consoles, you're selling for $400 and $600, or $290. You're selling for $399, $500, and $500 for say $700. Okay, fine, it's not too bad. You're trying to go profit, so fine. Well, when you go out of your way and you steal, you just call it stealing. other people's chances to buy one for themselves as a kid. You're a Grinch that's stealing Christmas. You're not Robin Hood. You're not saving the day. You are the bane of game existence. You seem to go out of your way to pick on gamers every chance you guys get. Then you get mad or get upset when a gaming channel doesn't want to sponsor you because of your vile bullshit. You're not hip. You're not cool. You're not a mover and shaker. You're not a trendsetter. Scalping has been done before. It's a form of electronic bootlegging. The only difference is consoles are not outlawed yet. They're not outlawed and banned like Prohibition banned booze. A lot of people can't spend $1,200, Jack, on a system. They got, you know what? You know, the kid's sick. You eat, take it to the hospital. Someone got an ass in the water. Good people have to eat. You can't be sitting there starving playing a $1,200 console that may or may not break down if the GPU goes bad in it, and you bastards ain't gonna have any extended warranty plans like GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, etc. And if you're gonna flip out the coin to pay for the extended warranty and put it in the person that buys it, by all means, go for it. Not really, don't do that. Don't give them scalpers. They're stupid in the front. What I'm saying is that hypothetical thing that's never gonna happen. These scalpers will make a quick buck and gone. They're a fly-by-night operation in the 90s. They have a cheap product that they sell to cheap people, and they pack up and they leave. You call a number, you didn't know this phone number is no longer active because it was a fly-by-night operation. These people are doing a quick in and out. They come in, they scoop all the game consoles, they dang it, you want this, want this, want this, oh, $1,200. They're like, and they're doing this to you. What the consumer is doing this to you guys. No, I have to be somewhat politically correct, even though I want to. Now, I know I do have a small channel, but I still have to play by the rules, even though I think it's BS. Okay? Yeah, we're doing this to you guys. Consumers, on behalf of consumers, you scalpers, this is what we think it is. You know, to put down these two down and you have an idea. Because no one in the right mind. I could buy a console if I want to. But I'm waiting. I thought about buying a PS4 Pro. Sony has it. I can go buy one right now. I'm waiting. I know Sony's going to fix the problem with GPU if there is any problem. And more consoles are going to be shipped out soon, I guarantee you. It may be first of the year there, little Johnny, but you know what? You ain't getting this thing from Santa Claus. You get from Dad Claus, from Mommy Claus. You know. Now parents got to sit their little kids down and understand why they don't have a PS4, PS5, digital PS5, regular, an Xbox One S, X Series S, or an Xbox One X Series. Tell them the truth. The money's tight and life's hard. If they're older to understand, you tell them what scalpers are and what they do. If they're old enough to understand that kind of stuff. Don't give in and get by and shiny $1,200 PS5. If you get the home and opens it up and it breaks the first couple hours, it ain't gonna matter because you're out $1,200. Scalper is gonna be gone. You're gonna reach out to the scalper email. It's gonna be like a be busy signal. No, this email is no longer active practically. I can right here. The same thing you'll get in the 90s. You bought one of those fly-by-night ointments, cream or hair or whatever. You know, like on the Fan Matters episode, they had Laura bought family shampoo and they did it, and the hair fell out. Or ball. Yeah, it was a skit. But it still proved the point, though. The point driven home that scammers are out there, scam people. These people are scammers. They're just doing it with things that we want. And they know we want these things. And they're being rude and like, oh, you want it? Oh, you want it? Oh, you want it? $1,200. And that's all what it is. It's not about them being Robin Hood and helping out. It's them being the Grinch that's stealing 3,500, 4,000, 5,000 Christmases because they want to earn a buck. And I hope and pray that these people's credit goes down cold. I hope they put their credit on the line. And I hope that the consoles never sell for them and they lose their shirt. Now, I don't want them to be on the street living under a bridge You know what? They're playing PS5 to build a nice box out of. Because obviously they're not going to sell them. People are not buying them. Few people have had bid on them, but nothing came from it. You know, a $900 PS5 digital is insane. A PS5 original, I could see, you know, making sense. $900, maybe a little less than that. No more than probably $600, $750 maybe. Even that for me is so expensive. I want the ESRB rate. I want the ESRB, you know, what do you call it? The price, MSRB, what do you call it? Price says $499, $399. I want that price. No? Keep PS5s. And you got tons of them to sit there. You can make a little chair out and sit there and drink your sugar water when you're going, when you're rocketing to the poorhouse. That's where you're headed. Well, you know, if I think of crisis, you know, they're a syndicate. They're losing money sitting on these things. The person that thought was a good idea is probably losing their position, you know, in the organization right about now, because they're not selling them for a markup. They're gonna start seeing these go on sale quickly, or maybe even be trying to return back to stores, if possible. And stores are smart. No receipt, no return. You force them to eat it. You force them to go down below market value on them. Then maybe I'll pick one up. Oh, okay, well, so $350 for that, you know, non-digital one. Okay, I'll take that one, but not a penny more for you scalpers. You want me to buy one? Yeah, sure. $1. What is that? You spent $500? I don't care. You're a scalper. You have no respect. $1 now buy it from me. No, you know, keep the 5,000 you have right there. Make a nice little fort for you and your children and your family, because you'll be living out in the bridge with it soon. You should go ahead and go out there to the bridge and start building a new PS5 fort or a house, because you're gonna be living under a bridge soon. It's what's gonna happen to you, scalpers. And I'm not saying law and mandate scalpers like that, have to mandate, you know, bounty hunters, but it has to be some checks and balances somewhere, protect and balance somewhere in line. Where if you go to eBay or Amazon, any of these places, or Overstock.com, and sell your stuff at a high price, you give the company you're selling to a certain percentage. Let's say it's, you know, it's 10% or the MSR, or what do you call it, price. $399, $299, $399, say 10% to them. Oh, $1,200, hell, like what, 8% there maybe? 9%? Are you really gonna give them your 9% of that $1,000 there? Are you really gonna do that? No. You're not going to. You don't want to. But see, if eBay was smart, I think somewhat is, they can start charging interest, or charging what they should call a user fee. If you're exploiting the masses, you know, if you're exploiting, if you're ripping off the consumer, you should pay a fee. Pay us money for making us look like jackass thieves. You know, we start the fee at 10% after you go above a certain market price. They say it's $4.99, $6.99, no, $5.99, 10%, $6.99, 20%, $7.99, 30%, $8.99, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70, 80, 90%, 100%. Hey, we get it all. I guarantee you the scalpers won't use anything at all. They will literally return every last one in the store if they could. They might keep one themselves if they can afford it, and return the rest of them. Hopefully, they got a receipt, but they got to return it in the mail. But they got to return it in the mail. It's gonna be difficult, because then they got to pay a fee straight in the mail. So essentially, they're being screwed constantly, and that would be magical. I know it's not about scalping, But this is a video people have to hear. A lot of Christmas are going to be ruined this year because these punks have to get in the way and go, it's all mine. Well, it's all yours now. You're going to have to eat it. You're going to have to start selling them for $600, $500, $400, maybe below market. That $2.99 is too high. I'll do $2.98 possible. Man, I don't want to log out of eBay and just go on with it. People are not buying it. People aren't stupid. They can't afford $1,200, folks. And to bring me another thing of PS5 news, PS5 is going to be announcing that launching soon the SSD, secondary SSD port is going to be unlocked here soon. I'm thinking probably within the next couple months. Sorry, phlegm. I'm hearing a year, 6 months, whatever. That being said, though, it does make, some interesting changes. People are like, well, why didn't they unlock it day one? Probably because they didn't have the right amount of SSDs on there. You gotta understand, folks, you ain't like you're buying SSD for a PC here. You have to have somewhat configuration right with this stuff. Consoles are a little more spiffy than a PC is. If you build a PC, you know exactly what you need. You know what you need, you put it in there, you know what SSD you need. If you don't, then don't turn it on, it might explode. Turn to an atom bomb and nuke your whole neighborhood. No, don't do that. What I'm saying is, when you put in the power supply, you put in the motherboard, GPU, CPU, the graphics card GPU, you know the SSD you need. And you kind of know they'll work with anything, as long as they have certain specifications with how fast your system is, how beefy it is, how much it costs. See, I always put price with the graphics, with the SSD myself. If I'm spending $1,000 or more, I want a decent one that's going to hold. My sister and brother-in-law build these things all the time. They built theirs. It took about a year and a half to build them because they saved money buying them, out of cart. And the SSDs are better because you instantaneously load. She has a hard drive only for backup on older games, but she took rid of that and got 2 more SSD slots. So kind of purpose having a hard drive in there. But what's going on with the situation is the PlayStation 5, Sony is trying to figure out. I'm yawning. Sorry, guys. I'm yawning. Had to figure out which SSDs and which company is going to be better to work for. We all know Sony's going to make their proprietary one. We all know that. That'll be about $300-$400, maybe $200 there. I saw one at Walmart. SSD is a standalone one. It's outside the box, for $115. But it's only a 500 gigabyte one. If it's outside, it means they can plug in. They can't plug in yet. How they can't even, you can't install one into the open empty slot it has in there because they don't know what's going to work. My Seagate, so Seagate's pretty good. Maybe they have secret sauce, maybe they have secret handshake, and they got in there and handshake and and got the password to the system, and password code to know which one looking for, and then they created it already. 500 gigs is kind of low, but you want to have your PS5, like an even board hybrid. You have a bunch of things hanging off it, and you have things inside. It's like turn PS5 on, you have the board, you red light on laser like that. Try to simulate it. No. But what I'm trying to say is, though, it's just weird. It's like add-on central. The Xbox One X has a 4 terabyte external hard drive from Seagate, 109. Love that great system. I love the thing. It's a little bit faster. When I plug it in the back port of the Xbox One X, it does load a little faster. But it has to go through that loading process. It does. It light flashes a lot, so I know it's working. Downloading and working. So that's cool. I'm not a big fan of SSD hanging off the side or right now. And an SSD board would be better for the Xbox X series. But then again, the system's not powerful enough for SSD. It probably could run it, maybe a 500 gig one, maybe, but 4 terabyte, no. Right now, they're saying they're trying to get multiple levels of output. They're trying to get. Sorry, I don't have to yell. I'm sorry. They're gonna have to get multiple ones out there. 500 gigabyte, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and even 4 terabyte. I think 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte ones would be best sellers. 1 terabyte is good. If you have a PS4 Pro, like I never had one, I fell with mine one. The Pro, I have 1 terabyte Xbox One X, and I felt real quick. I had 7 games on there before I bought my external 4 terabyte. And I have still about 3 or 2.5 terabytes left. I have tons of games on there. And a lot of my games have Ultimate EA play. A few of my own. I bought Call of Duty on disc, installed it, and it works fine on there. So there is things that happens. There are things that happen. But like I said, though, it's okay to have that kind of stuff. It's okay for them not to come out there and take anything you can and throw it in there or work. No. Yes, it may work with PS4 games. That's fine. But the Xbox, the PlayStation 5 games, or even Xbox games, if you can have multiple ones, because they only have one right now, so it kind of narrows down your choices on that one or that one or that one. Kind of narrows down 1 terabyte, that one or that one. All they have, so kind of narrowed down about a bit. That's pretty cool right now. If you're like me, like a little variety, like your Chinese bar or your buffet bar, you a little variety of things to eat, or in this case, things to put in your console. So I want a little different variety. I want a 4 terabyte one. Now it probably costs about $500-600. It'll probably cost as much as buying another console. I can go and buy another console for $600. PS5, or buy a One X series for that kind of money. So essentially, you have to be a little smarter than the thing you're looking at and drooling over. You keep spending $500 on it. You can go over and gain something, go buy it in the next Xbox X series. Granted, it ain't gonna do much for you because you probably don't have an Xbox. But or buy another PlayStation. But see, that's what I'm saying though. We have to start looking at our brass tacks here though. Look at things that way. I know it's, oh my God, easier to go out there and go buy a bunch of stuff and not worry about it. But we have to understand that we need to know exactly what frequency or what speed it's on. Not frequency, but what speed it's on. What's 100% schematics of it all. Is it the right type of SSD? Because supposed to fit in the computer, it's great and fun, but you need, it should fit in the computer, take it out, put it in the computer. Of course, you have to format it, of course, for them in there. So you ever get tired of using, you need to upgrade one, you upgrade it. And I ain't gonna transfer stuff over. It's gonna be interesting to do, but you probably get an SSD or a bypass or whatever, to plug it in to download games to the 4 terabyte. And the non-SSD one will hopefully hold the PS5 games. Can't play them, but hold them. Pop in a new SSD, maybe 4 terabyte one. Download it to that, and then you're out and old. Take the old one, put it in your PC. As 10, if you wanted to do that. But like I said, though, I'm speaking, non really knowing what the hell Sony's doing. I haven't based PS4. I haven't turned it on in about a year or two. I'm afraid that I'll probably blow out smoke and fire from shooting out back if I turned it on. It's a very sad thing because I only have 3 HDMI ports on my TV. I have a splitter, but I didn't have enough room for it. I want to plug it in the wall where I get spark and blow up the TV. I have to structure in the house protector, but still, resurgent, still, things not 100% fall at 1%. I'm using that 1%. So that's why I'm hesitant doing that. But I may turn it on again here too eventually and just start, heck with it, start playing it and start downloading updates, probably 1,000 updates to download. But like I'm saying, guys, is that's something you need to look at. So the SSD not being announced or being announced yet could be because they're trying to get partnership with other companies as well as them to manufacture these ones. Now Seagate will probably want to as well. That will get the blessing from PlayStation to make theirs. And and you might see a 2 terabyte one for $400. Is that worth it? I don't know. How much game can you cram on a 625 gigabyte SSD? Not much. So maybe you spend another $200-300. Best thing you do. If you got a digital one, congratulations, you just bought a physical version. If you got a physical version, hey, you just paid for it enough for another half one practically, or half the digital one. PS5, I mean. So I'm waiting to see about the whole GPU issue and what's going to happen with that GPU and what's going to happen if and when they do start having big problems. And with the hoarders or the Grinches that I call these scalpers, you have to sit on probably 3,500 ticking time bombs that may blow up in their face because they can't sell themselves cheap, and they're going to have to be held accountable for you buying something that's faulty, even though a scalper isn't going to have information like a service protection plan. They're there to sell for a quick buck. So that's the problem there. Best bet is to go to GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Target, because you get a text plan through them. They're a company, they're actually going to be around hopefully a little longer than Scalper would be when he dumps off all his console loads and runs off. He made him close out his email and start a new one, to start all over again with sneakers maybe, nothing like that. So that to me look at too as well. So I'm thinking PS5 and Xbox having issues. It's not anything new. First 2 or 3 generations of the first console coming out, a new one usually have bugs like this. It's called the brand new console bugs. Of course, it's had it for like half its life. I had like 3 or 4 ring the best easily. First one I got was 2 years after I got the first one. After that, 2 months later. Then after that was another year later, and it kept going. Until finally, they sent me one with an HDMI hookup to it. I went there and bought one. Great, it was awesome on TV. It was beautiful. I only had like maybe 2 ports on it, but hell, it's good enough. It's better than nothing. So I know I had a good screen, good TV, good game with that. But yeah, that's one thing. But see, that's kind of a once in a lifetime kind of problem. The Xbox PlayStation one, yes, they have problems with breaking only because of a code update that caused breaking. But they send out patches, or we'll send out more patches again. Both consoles to fix that. Brand new consoles, you have to expect that kind of stuff. It's like buying a new phone, new TV, brand new in the market. You're gonna have issues. So once we get through all that crap and scalpers finally have to eat all their consoles and realize they're not selling for $400, you'll start seeing in a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, a couple weeks or a couple months, you'll start seeing prices of the scalpers go down. Maybe $100, $200. That means they're desperate and are looking for a deal. Being rid of them. And then you can pounce on them, folks. You can hound on them, hey, I want you to drop it down to $750, $600. Get close to market value as you can. Then you pull the trigger on it and buy it. You save money and they wasted money. Bargaining chip. Being a consumer, you and I have the biggest bargaining chip of all time. We are consumers and we have money. That's the best bargaining chip I can give you. So if you think that's crazy or whatever, fine. But more PS5s and Xboxes are coming. X and X series are coming. Digital PS5 will too. I think a little while, no pandemic, these scalpers are kind of stupid. If they had to buy all these ones and use these, and they bought 4 or 5 of them and sold them to people, then good. But they bought all of them. So essentially, they're sitting on a stockpile of ticking time bombs with GPU issues that Sony can't work around because a handful of people got them. Because these people are just a bunch of jackasses. So I hope they have to eat their crow. Video guys, like, subscribe. See you guys later. Peace out.